Hi everyone, today I'm doing a movie review of Panic in Year Zero. This is a movie that was filmed in 1962 starring Ray Milland as Harry Baldwin, Gene Hagen as his wife Anne, Mary Mitchell, their daughter Karen, and Frankie Avalon as Rick. The movie follows a family of four from Los Angeles leaving for a weekend fishing trip. It begins by showing the family packing the camper and the teenagers who are less than enthused.
The kids are supposed to do the loading.
I haven't even convinced them they're awake yet.
4:10 in the morning.
Well, there's half the battle.
All this fussing for what? Fish.
And there's the other half.
Now we can go.
It didn't take long for the story to progress rather quickly. The kids were sleeping in the back seat, and Harry and Anne were bantering in the front seat about the programming on the radio at 6:15. So we know they were about 2 hours outside of Los Angeles when they saw a flash of light and guessed it was lightning.
Lightning? Hope it doesn't rain.
I think it came from behind us.
I'm going to check the windows on that trailer.
As Anne and Harry got out of the car to check the windows of the trailer, the kids woke up to join them just in time to witness more flashes.
What's up, Dad?
The only thing that...
Maybe they're testing. Las Vegas isn't far.
Harry then ushered the alarmed family back in the car to turn on the radio, hoping to find some type of news.
None of the LA stations are on, are they?
Not even Conrad?
Not even Conrad.
The Conrad station Karen referenced was a method of emergency broadcasting in the event of an enemy attack. It is often mentioned in old Fallout videos and movies from the Cold War era, telling people to tune in to Conrad at 6:40 or 12:40 on their AM dial. They then decided to go to the nearest payphone to call home. They wanted to call Anne's mother for news. The lines were down and they couldn't get through. At that time, another cloud appeared.
Harry, I'd like to go back home.
Yeah, I guess we better.
At this point, I wondered why they even thought it was a good idea to go home. But it showed the thought process that people may go through in an emergency situation. I assume they considered home to be a safe place, so that's where they wanted to be. Pretty soon they saw cars speeding in the opposite direction to get away from the blast. During this time, they also were starting to witness little pieces of society breaking down. They spoke to a man at a filling station who had witnessed the blast and evacuated without any provisions.
Hey, you step on it. I got to get out of here.
That'll be 4:10.
I got no money. I had no time to get any.
That's too bad, fella.
The next stop they made was at a restaurant. Harry wanted to stop to try to get more information. While there, they decided to try to call home one more time. And that's when Harry came to the conclusion they could not go back.
We're going on the trip just as we planned.
The trip? Is that all you can think of?
I'm thinking of staying alive.
I like this film, even though it is more simplistic than what would really happen in real life. It showed all of their different personalities, and it did take them a while to gather their bearings to figure out how to handle the situation. Harry went into survival mode. Anne was almost in denial. Karen was annoyed by the inconvenience, and Rick saw it as an adventure. Harry started to devise a plan to secure more supplies. Anne and Karen were upset they weren't going back to save Grandma, and Rick was still in adventure mode. As I alluded to earlier, this film was a more naive version of what would really happen in reality, such as when they were at the diner, people were complaining that they were out of white bread. The family also found a small grocery store that was conveniently willing to open up for them so they could resupply.
What do you want?
I'd like to buy some groceries.
Business starts at 9 and stops at 5. And it ain't 9 yet.
Well, what do you gross between 9 and 5?
A couple of hundred, maybe.
How's that to make that in half an hour?
Oh, come in. Come in.
I think it really did attempt to show the different stages of a disaster, such as denial, not knowing what to do, and how quickly society could break down. As the characters developed to realizing the gravity of the situation, through the trials they endeavored, they eventually, one by one, realized how bad it was. These include some questionable decisions Harry made to make sure his family survived.
Look, here's my driver's license, my credit cards. I've never been convicted of a felony. I'm over 21. This isn't enough. Is this?
The teenagers also faced their own individual trials along the way, and Anne also became aware of the reality of the situation. I do like this film, and I would recommend watching it, as the film was made during the Cold War era. It's not about the Cold War era, but during it. So that leaves a little interesting perspective. I hope you enjoyed this review of Panic in Year Zero. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.